Hi everyone, welcome to TGIF, another Friday, another episode. At a recent Build conference, we witnessed a ton of cool tech announcements. And in today's episode, we're going to focus on Microsoft Fabric, which is our unified data platform. And the tagline says, one experience, one product, one architecture. To know more about this, it's my pleasure to welcome Ravikant Mushti, Global Black Belt, Data Analytics Specialist for Asia, for a short conversation. Ravi, welcome to TGIF.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you for hosting me.
Wonderful. So, quick question to you, Ravi. So, when I watched the Microsoft Fabric promo, three things stood out to me. The announcement was one product, one architecture, and one experience. So, let's double click on that. I think
Sure.
I want to understand from you today, I would say the conceptual angle to Microsoft Fabric. So, first question to you is, what does one product really mean?
Yeah. Fabric is an end-to-end analytics SaaS product.
Okay. Yeah.
Meaning everything is integrated and everything is optimized. That means any user can sign up in few seconds and get a business value in 5 minutes.
Wonderful. So that means entire product workspace, if I can use the term,
Yes.
I get in a single click and I can get going.
Few clicks, get going. That's it. Sign up over here. Within few minutes, you get a business value.
Perfect. So one product, understandable. Let's start one experience. Probably that's in my view very profound.
Yeah.
So let's understand what one experience really means.
So let's say in an organization, there are various personas, whether there is a data engineer or data scientist or a Power BI developer or report developer, I would say. Every experience is there in Fabric. It is completely unified. All experiences work together in a single unified platform. That's Fabric.
So that means you look at data scientists, data engineers, Power BI report developers,
data warehousing engineers.
Yeah, and also even for that matter, business users who consume information.
Correct.
So are you saying for everybody it's going to same product and same experience?
Absolutely. So one product, one experience, everybody gets there. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I think let's understand this a bit better.
Yes.
One architecture.
Yes.
Third one. So I'm intrigued by those statements, which is one experience, one product, but architecturally, how is it all coming together? So let's double click on that.
See, as I said, Fabric comes with something called as one lake. Now, what is a one lake? Imagine as it is a OneDrive. So any employee in an organization has a OneDrive, right?
Correct.
Where you keep all your documents over there.
Perfect.
One lake is similar to OneDrive. So one lake for every data artifact, whether it is a report or whether it is a dashboard, whether it's a table or a database or a schema or let's say an ML model, everything resides in that one lake. We have taken one lake to a next level through something called as shortcuts. Now, what is a shortcut? Let's say you already have some data in your Azure Blob storage, or let's say you have data in Azure Data Lake Gen 2 account, or you have data in Amazon S3, other clouds. Without moving any data, you get through shortcuts in one lake. There is no data movement. It's a symbolic link. Yeah. You create a virtualization on top of it.
Wonderful. So it's basically a virtual representation of that core data source for us to kind of deal with it.
Exactly. So we have not stopped over there. Then we have taken a next paradigm shift. Now what we have done, now imagine we have multiple experiences, as I said, our data engineering experience, data warehousing experience and all. All these experiences require some compute. We have serverless computes for every persona, every engine. Now, all these engines have natively adopted Delta Packet format as its native data store.
Perfect. So open Parquet format.
Exactly. Openness. What does it mean? Let's take an example. Now, today, any customer today, what they do, they have raw data coming from various data sources. For example, you have ERP applications, CRM applications. You use an ETL tool to get the data from sources and land it into a data lake in a Parquet format, let's say. Then you have a Spark engine, which will transform this data and keep it into a Delta Packet format. There's a one copy of there. Then what you do, you take this data and copy it into, let's say, a data warehousing engine. And again, there's another copy of data. And from there, For reporting, what you do, you again import this data
Right.
into a reporting tool like Power BI,
Right.
and then you show it to the business users.
Correct.
So they have at least 3 copies of data.
Correct.
Okay. Now, with Fabric, what we have done is every engine can read natively
Okay.
all Delta packet format.
Got
So whether it is a Spark engine or data warehousing engine or a reporting engine, all can read Delta packet format. No more copying of data.
Okay.
And the best part, icing on the cake, and the
Okay.
big paradigm shift, Power BI now natively understands or adopted Delta packet format as its native data store.
Wow.
So you don't have to do any kind of import.
Okay.
Customers say that import experience in Power BI is the best.
Got it.
The direct link mode which we have introduced in Fabric gives on-par performance with import mode.
Perfect. No, this is too good to believe, right? So this is fantastic. Let's look at this. You said it's one lake, no copies happen.
Yes.
That means across these products, it's a virtual representation or
Yes.
in-memory representation that's been dealt in real time. Is that how it works
Yeah,
technically?
you can think of like that. It's
Okay.
a real time. Okay, there's no copy of maintained.
Okay.
So there's no data movement at all.
Okay.
You feel as it is part of your one lake. So the best part over here is we have come up something called as universal security.
Okay.
That means what? If a persona or a experience through a Spark, let's
Okay.
say,
Okay.
a data engineer has implemented a table level security.
Got it.
Okay. Then what happens? All other engines
Okay.
reinforce it. They
Wow.
respect that. So no more copying of, let's say, security or governance, actually each and every layer.
Got it.
Otherwise, today, every customer, every engineer will have
To
a replication of this
Correct.
security
Yeah.
at data warehousing as well as at the reporting layer.
Okay.
Now you don't have to do that.
Wonderful. I mean, in fact, the problematic area today is not many times you replicate, so hence you miss out.
Correct.
That means a data which is supposed to be masked
Yes.
shows up in report as clear text.
Correct.
Now you go back and fix it.
Yes.
Right? Awesome. So this is fantastic. In fact, you also brought another element of governance earlier.
Yes.
That means, I assume, with all the narrative we've spoken so far, it's one governance across the board.
Yes. So we have integrated with Microsoft DLP, like part of information protection. We have something called as labels, like
Right.
highly confidential, general, public.
Right.
So it helps you in DLP, data loss prevention.
Right.
Now let's say in Fabric, a data engineer creates a lake with something, let's say, as highly confidential.
Got it.
Now from there, it goes to a, let's say, data warehousing engineer.
Right.
He creates a data mart on the same copy. There is no replication.
Okay.
And then Power BI developer creates a report.
Okay.
Now all through this entire journey, the label will be copied without you knowing it.
Wow.
So, and finally, let's say a business user sees a report over there also the same label.
Wow.
When the person initially did that, label will be applicable over there as well.
Wow.
And that employee who is looking at the Power BI report, let's say exports and give it somebody outside, he can't open it because it is part of your organization. It has to be with you.
Correct.
Imagine the revenue data going outside.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Got it. No, it's fantastic. One last question,
Yes.
Ravi. Generative AI.
Yes.
Now, you also mentioned Copilot.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. I think no product is left behind, right?
Correct.
With generative AI. So let's look at Copilot's role here.
Right. As you must have heard about Satya's node and
Yeah.
Arun's node during
Yeah.
the build. So Fabric is going to be powered with Copilot.
Wonderful.
It's going to be, imagine data in the era of AI. So every experience within Fabric will have a Copilot experience. Whether it is a DAX expression, whether you're creating a report,
Okay.
or you're doing a ETL with Data Factory,
Okay.
or you're creating a machine learning, or you're adding a simple SQL code, everything will be built with Copilot.
Wonderful. I think that's truly, in my view,
Yes.
icing on the cake. That means you're empowering creators
Yes.
to be a lot more effective and productive
Yeah.
on the journey to create a single version of truth.
Exactly.
Awesome. I would love to have you demo us. For
Sure.
example, what you just said is, as we spoke earlier, too good to believe.
Yes.
But for audience, a quick demo would help.
Sure,
Yeah?
definitely.
But before you do that, I think we would love for them to tune in next week, right?
Yes.
Because this is a concept, but
Yes.
I think each of us have to understand the concept first, and then we'll jump into the demo next week.
Sure.
Awesome. With that, thanks once again for your
Thank
time,
you.
Vikant.
Having me here.
And as you heard from Ravi, it is one experience, one product, one architecture. Too good to believe, but till the next week as we take you through a short demo to absolutely make everything I said a reality. Thanks for watching us today. Keep watching TGIF. A wonderful Friday and a great weekend ahead. Bye-bye. Awesome, man. This is fantastic.
Yeah.